guys, welcome back to the channel. So it's actually been a while since I did one of these sit-down videos, and so I've been wanting to get back to just chatting with you guys, being really candid about my thoughts and opening up about just what I went through when I was starting out as a graphic designer. Today's video is going to be 3 tips I wish I knew about freelancing when starting out. So this video is, I would say, specifically for you, my fellow freelance graphic designers. I know it's a little bit of a tricky road when you're first getting started. You don't really know how to go about it because freelancing is just not something that they teach in college. They like to focus on talking about the principles of art or the principles of design and kind of talking about the more traditional route of how to put together a portfolio and how to apply for your dream, like, I don't know, art job or design job, but they never really talk about how to be a good freelancer. So that's what I'm here to do today. So the first tip that I have for you is you don't have to say yes to everything. This is something that I really had to learn the hard way because when you're starting out, I know you just want to take on any little gig that possibly comes your way, any client that might, give you a little glance, you want to latch on to them and you want to take it on because you're just looking for more work and more ways to boost your portfolio. 100% I get it. However, sometimes taking on an opportunity means that you are closing your door to another, right? So always think about, if I take this gig on right now, will this, number one, make sense with my current portfolio? Is this going to help me get another project that I want in the future because it is in the right path, it's in the right track, and the work that I'm going to be creating for it, I can showcase it to future potential clients in the same industry? If the answer is yes, then yeah, sure, take it on. If the answer is no, you might want to reconsider it because you might just be wasting your time. You really do have to think about how is this going to benefit me in the long run, and is this actually a hindrance to something else that I could be working on with my time. So always think about your own time, and you can be choosy. As you grow as a graphic designer, you're just gonna have to get good at saying no. Now, on a daily basis, I'm saying no more than I'm saying yes. In fact, 95% of the time now, I just say no because a lot of these opportunities that come my way don't really make sense. And at this point, I have a decent amount of gigs that are happening on repeat every month that just provide me so much stability and security. And I've already invested into, developing and cultivating a really good and healthy relationship with these long-term clients that are coming back to me on a monthly basis. So a lot of the times, these new opportunities that are presented aren't really worth my time and the pay isn't as good either. So why not get into the habit of being choosy and just being smart about your time and how you invest your energy when you're starting out as a freelancer. Tip number 2, you are not too young for this project. I repeat, you are not too young for this project. Full honesty here, I went straight into freelancing out of college. That means that the work experiences that I had, I had a ton of internships that I did during college and some part-time jobs, but honestly, that was about it. So I literally did not have a single full-time employee type of experience that I could put on my resume when I was trying to pitch myself as a graphic designer. And because of that, my confidence was really low. And I think this is where we kind of go into the whole imposter syndrome territory. That sometimes can get the best of us and prevent us from really being able to feel confident about the services that we can offer as creatives, especially when you're going into freelance at a younger age. For my case, after I started working with some of the bigger content creators straight out of college, I started getting invited to, meet with different company executives or people who are in charge of the branding or marketing, whatever, in different big company settings. And honestly, it was really intimidating because I was only 22, 23. I always felt so out of place, like I was a child. And to be honest, I think sometimes these executives or whoever that you're speaking with, they pick up on that energy, and they feel like they can intimidate you into taking deals that are lesser than what you deserve. So as long as your portfolio is strong and you feel confident about it, you really have no reason to let anyone make you feel belittled or bullied into taking something that doesn't really make sense for you, and to get all the rights that you deserve for your artwork. Sometimes I'll feel a little scared, so I'll end up underselling myself, even though deep down I knew I could sell myself for more, and I knew that I was going to deliver because this gig totally made sense. But I was just scared of rejection because I was straight out of college and I felt like a kid on the inside. Well, I still feel like a kid on the inside, but you know. I quickly learned that age literally has nothing to do with it. I think, as they say, like, age is just a number, and it really is. What comes down to it is if you have good work, and if you are professional and you are able to guide the client through your process and provide, you know, spectacular service in which they feel like they're working with like an expert, then honestly, that's all you need as proof that you can charge what you charge and you can take on big projects. This is a perfect segue into tip number 3, which is don't be afraid to voice your thoughts. So when you're first starting out and you haven't worked with too many clients yet, I know it can be a little bit intimidating when you're talking to your clients, and if they are suggesting something that you honestly don't feel like is that good of an idea, but you just feel the pressure to agree with them because in that moment you want to make them happy. There are going to be cases where clients, they just want to throw out as many ideas as possible. They have a bunch of inspo saved from all these different people that they watch or look at. So sometimes their ideas are going to be all over the place. As the person that they hired, you need to step in and be able to put your foot down and be like, hey, just being frank, I don't think this is going to look good because blah, blah, blah. Because if you think about it, why would a client hire you if they didn't want your expertise and your expert opinion, right? Deep down, they know that they are not the designer, and that's why they hired you as the expert to carry out their vision. With that, when you let them know that something is not going to work, it's a good idea to suggest like an alternative, right? So being able to go, but I think, if we take it more this direction, I think it would work better. And that's when you can sprinkle in your expertise and your creative input. And a lot of the times the clients really respect that because they don't want to hire a yes man either. When you are able to communicate this, that's what raises your worth as a creative and as the expert that they're working with. So being able to communicate that is really important, and I honestly highly suggest that you start communicating better with your clients in order to produce the best work possible. So I hope you found these 3 tips helpful. I know starting out as a graphic designer in this industry can be so scary and so daunting, but honestly, the faster you get into having this healthy, I'm a professional mindset, the faster you will be able to build up your rates, build up your portfolio, and just work on bigger and better projects. If I can go back to 2015, oh my God, I'm old, and give myself some good advice, feedback, the number 1 thing would be confident, because you do have what it takes to be a successful freelancer. And now that I'm freaking 28 years old, I feel like I finally am starting to get it, I feel like I am able to communicate my thoughts and say no to so many more projects and not be scared that I'm still in my 20s and taking on, branding projects for really big beauty brands and stuff. Like, it doesn't scare me anymore. It's actually very exciting. So if you guys are curious about learning from me, I actually have a graphic design academy where I help freelance designers, and actually I've also helped some of my students get hired at their dream design agencies and whatnot. So if you're curious, check out www.DLD.studio. It's my very own graphic design academy where I work hand in hand with my students. Everyone gets a free consultation and coaching call with me. And yeah, it's really nice because now I've built like a little network, so a lot of my students know each other. I also share a lot of job opportunities. Remember how I said I say no to a lot of my opportunities? I pass that on to a lot of my students, and they've gotten to work with really cool brands like Fenty Beauty and stuff. So yeah, if you guys are curious, check that out. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you guys have any suggestions on other topics that you want me to talk about. And until next time, I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy and productive and creative. Ooh, okay. Thank you guys. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Bye!